The bolt and the spring-loaded securing bracket that are supplied with this mounting stand make it possible to attach the stand between the studs of a hollow interior drywall surface. Do not drill into any wall without first determining if there are plumbing pipes or electrical wiring within the wall. Serious damage or injury may result if this precaution is not taken. All right, so here we have the Night Raven. It's going to be a little similar, but it's going to have some differences. So first we have this strut. This strut is going to go into these holes. Pretty simple. If you want the plane to face left on the wall, you're going to have it on this side. If you want the plane to face right on the wall, you're going to have to face it on the right side as the ship is upside down. So this is the easy one. The next strut is going to be a little unique. It's going to have these T-fittings that go into it. You notice that there's one open side and the other side's flat on both of them. So these are designed to go in here, and they're going to fit like that. Okay. Now, they are keyed, so you can't put them in any orientation that you want. This one fits, but if you reverse it, it doesn't go all the way in. So to put it on, to face it the other direction, you have to go to the other end. So the key will tell you which way it goes. Now, we want our plane to face left. So I need these to be keyed this way, because the strut is going to go in like this, and it's going to clip in. And now we'll go to this. Okay, so we want to fix our orientation first, because it's going to make things easier, because we have to put these little nuts that, see how easy they are to drop into the slots. And we don't want you to lose the nuts inside the plane, so once you get your orientation, we're going to put your nut in facing up and insert, and then we have a screw hole here. So the first one's in. And that's why we give you extra nuts and screws. All right, so we have those in. So we've decided our orientation is going to be left, so it's going to go in like this. This one is larger than that one. This one's going to fit tighter than that one. And if you go the other way, they're going to reverse these, and then the larger one's going to be on the other side. So the large one kind of has to go in at an angle. It has to go all the way in like that, because it won't fit in any other way. So then you pop it up and fit it in. Now the second one should just pop in. But whichever side the larger one is, it's going to have to go in at an angle. Then you're going to have to pull it up and pop it in because it has a lip on the sides. This one doesn't. So our struts are in. All right, so the way this goes in is we are going to insert the pegs. We're going to go a little deeper than we need to so that we can pass this lip, and then we're going to slide it down. So it's in. And then we have these two locking clips that are going to slide in. And there's little notches so you can see how they go in there. So these are now in. All right, so we took it off the plane to show you these clips a little closer. These clips are slotted. So in order to get them in better, we're going to push them in like normal. And then you're going to reach in and you're going to pull your finger up. Hear that little clip? Now it's in there solid. Same thing with the other side. I come in and it clipped. So these are pretty solid now. We're going to reinsert this back onto the plane. So like I said, it's a little tricky. Go in at an angle. Slide it over, slide it up, and slide down. Put these in next. This one's pretty close, so we just have to slide it, seat it in. So we're back on the Night Raven. So we're ready for the wall. And so when I mount this on the wall, I probably want to put my hand here because these are just gravity fed. So I'm going to pinch here when I hold this to mount this on the wall so that these don't pop out. We have our toggle bolt with the washer. We are putting our Night Raven to the left, so we have two mounting spots. We have a left and a right. So we're going to go to the left mounting spot because we're going to either be flat or going up at an angle. If you want to go left and down, we recommend switching sides. If the plane is facing the other direction, pointing right, this will be facing right, being flat or going up. This side will be going right, facing down. But we're going left, so we're going right here to this slot. So like the other mounts we have to slide it in here and we have to catch this washer. All right, now I feel like I'm in, so I just need to double check that I'm on the washer and not on the screw or the nut. I want to make sure the washer is seated in there, so we're good. I'm going to double check all my clips, and so the Raven's on the wall. Now, once the Night Raven's on the wall, the good thing about the Night Raven, you can put this a little loose to get it on here because this one's a little long, but you can get a screwdriver up here and you can tighten this. Here, a snub nose would be better, but you can come in here and tighten this. If you're having trouble, you can put this on here loose and you can tighten this while it's on the wall. This one is one that has enough room for it. This is for the flight pod. This slide is going to slot into our mount. There's two different mounting positions based on whether it's going left or right. And this is what's going to hold our pod on. And you notice one side is not countersunk, one side is countersunk. So that's going to make the screw go in nice, a lot nicer. And we're just going to screw it right into the end of this. It can be a little tricky to hold on to this and get this screwed in, but once it goes, it's fine. So I've tightened it down, and it's fairly loose right now. We don't want to tighten it too much because we want to change the angle of this piece before we mount the Night Raven pod. So we're going to come over here, and you'll notice we have two slots. We have a left slot and a right slot. Since the plane is going left, we have to go into this slot. This bracket will hit the wing if we go here. This one is for if the plane is going the other direction. So we're going to aim for this slot and seat it in until it stops. There's a little break there. That's all the way in. So now we want to determine where we want to put our flight pod. And I mean, I'm not too loose, but I'm not too tight here. So this is going to go into the flight pod just like it is on the back of the plane. So see how loose this is? We don't want that. So I need to snug this up a little bit, just so it doesn't have so much play in it, because I want to determine what angle I really want. Now, if you turn this a lot, you're going to loosen that screw, so please be aware of that. So I want to put my Night Raven at an angle. So that looks like a pretty good spot for the flight pod. So I'm going to pull it off and try not to move this. And I'm going to come back in, and I'm just going to tighten this a little bit just to get this snug, because I don't want this to rotate after I get my angle set. So I'm just going to slot it back in. And I mean, I could do a little bit of an angle if I want, I suppose. Just makes it look like it's taken off. And there it is, it's on the wall. And like I said, different orientations are going to require different positionings. If you choose, you can still put the flight pod on the Night Raven. You don't need this bracket. Now, angle is important. If you know, we don't recommend certain. Just use common sense when it comes to. We probably shouldn't go directly vertical. We probably shouldn't go straight down. And just we made this slot up here deeper than this one, so that it can handle a little bit more angle. But if you want to mount here, you're certainly welcome to do so. Just be kind of cognizant of like how it looks on the wall, and make sure that this isn't too steep an angle to where it might pull off.